his feelings to Sangji, but she fled before he could finish. Determined, Fu Zhengqiu followed her outside, pleading with her to listen. However, Sangji had no interest in his words. Just when the situation grew tense, Duan Jiaxu appeared, his presence alone enough to scare Fu Zhengqiu away. Afterward, Duan Jiaxu gently reminded Sangji about the importance of not hurting others' feelings, even when rejecting them. Sangji quickly refuted his implication, claiming she wasn't in a relationship. Duan Jiaxu reassured her, explaining that being admired is a good thing and that kindness and rejection is just as important. Before leaving, he returned the money Sangji had left earlier, assuring her that he wasn't in dire financial straits and appreciated her thoughtfulness. Following Fu Zhengqiu's birthday, Zhenru began ignoring Sangji, leaving her confused. When the class teacher assigned Sangji to participate in the school's sports meet, she went along with it. Though Zhenru chose to cheer for Fu Zhengqiu rather than support Sangji. During the event, Sang Yan and Duan Jiaxu coincidentally showed up to monitor the games. Sang Yan couldn't resist teasing Sangji about her height, but Duan Jiaxu thoughtfully placed a hat on her head to shield her from the sun. He also stepped in to stop Sang Yan from teasing her too much, showing his usual care and attentiveness. During her event, Sangji hesitated in front of the pole and failed to complete her jump several times. On her final attempt, she twisted her ankle. Sang Yan, clearly worried, carried her to the infirmary, with Duan Jiaxu following closely behind. In the infirmary, Teacher Chen from her junior high recognized Duan Jiaxu and assumed he was Sangji's older brother. Panicked, Sangji covered Sang Yan's mouth before he could correct the misunderstanding, blurting out that Sang Yan was her father instead. While Sang Yan fretted about taking her to the hospital, Duan Jiaxu calmly disinfected and treated her sprained foot. Sangji couldn't help but feel touched by his care, thinking that he treated her even better than Sang Yan. However, she also noticed how attentive Duan Jiaxu was to another girl who had fallen during the event, which made her feel slightly uncomfortable. She realized that while Duan Jiaxu was kind to her, he extended the same kindness to everyone. Due to her injury, Sang Yan and Duan Jiaxu alternated taking Sangji to and from school over the next few days, ensuring she didn't strain her sprained foot. After school, Zhenru unexpectedly asked Sangji to go shopping with her. At the same time, Duan Jiaxu was waiting for Sangji outside the school gate, but the security guard informed him that no one was left in the school. Meanwhile, Zhenru led Sangji through various shops, wandering aimlessly for what felt like hours. Finally, Zhenru revealed her true intentions. She wanted to go to an internet cafe. When Sangji refused, Zhenru went in alone. Concerned for her safety, Sangji hesitated but decided to follow her. Once inside, Sangji realized Zhenru's real motive. She wasn't there to use the internet, but had been coerced by an older senior girl who was extorting money from her. Zhenru, too frightened to stand up for herself, had lured Sangji into the situation, hoping she could help. The senior girls turned Sangji's school bag inside out and demanded that she bring money the next day. Heartbroken and angry, Sangji felt a wave of betrayal. She now understood why Zhenru had suddenly reached out to her. Disillusioned, she told Zhenru to explain everything to her parents and left on her own, limping away despite Zhenru's tearful apologies. In a quiet alley, Sangji ran into Duan Jiaxu, who had been searching for her for hours. Overwhelmed, she broke down in tears and leaned against his shoulder. Sensing something was wrong, Duan Jiaxu gently bought her a juice and asked if she had been bullied. Though reluctant to trouble him, Sangji eventually confessed the entire incident. Hearing how Zhenru had treated her, Duan Jiaxu grew visibly upset. He firmly told Sangji to avoid Zhenru from now on, and emphasized the importance of telling her parents about situations like this in the future. Duan Jiaxu then took Sangji home. Despite the day's events, Sangji felt a sense of comfort sitting on the back of Duan Jiaxu's bicycle. When they reached her house, Duan Jiaxu once again encouraged Sangji to speak to her parents about what happened, offering her the stolen money that he'd quietly replaced out of his own pocket. Limping inside, but with her spirits somewhat lifted, Sangji retreated to her room and reflected on the day. She wrote down a small secret she had come to realize about herself, that she might actually like someone. That someone was Duan Jiaxu. Folding the piece of paper into a tiny star, she added it to her wishing bottle, her heart filled with a mixture of embarrassment and budding affection. The following day, Sang Yan and Duan Jiaxu, along with their two roommates, decided to confront the group responsible for bullying Sangji. To their surprise, it turned out to be a group of girls. Sang Yan, unwilling to hit girls but still protective of his sister, made it clear that their behavior was unacceptable. Along with Duan Jiaxu and Qian Fei, they managed to retrieve the money stolen from Sang Ji through a friendly discussion. With their mission accomplished, they left and Sang Ji got her wallet back and immediately handed 50 yuan to Duan Jiaxu to repay him. As Qian Fei observed, Sang Ji seemed to resemble Duan Jiaxu's little sister, though Sang Ji, now in her second year of junior high, secretly wished he was her older brother. Meanwhile, Zhen Ru transferred to another school. Before leaving, she left a note on Sang Ji's desk that simply said, "I'm sorry." Sang Ji didn't respond, merely giving it a quick, indifferent glance before discarding it. When Sang Ji's final exam results were released, she had performed impressively, except in physics, which she barely passed. Her parents, wanting her to consider her future more seriously, decided to arrange tutoring for her during the winter break. However, they assigned Sang Yan as her tutor, much to Sang Ji's dismay. The lessons quickly devolved into endless bickering and petty fights, and Sang Ji eventually suggested they find someone else. Not long after, Sang Ji's mother hired a new tutor. The night before her first session, Sang Ji made up her mind to take matters into her own hands. Determined to avoid yet another unwanted teacher, she planned an escape and resolved to sneak out early the next morning. That's it for today's recap. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all the latest recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.